Hey guys, welcome yet again to the Good Place Bench here in Marrakech, part of the International Conference for Urban Health. And for everything a first time, look at that. I got two people here on the bench. The first and only one, perhaps, of this interview series. So I feel a bit intimidated, but they said everything is going to be fine and okay. And now I'm going to pronounce the names. It's Celia and Sammila. Thank you. I got so confused already. Please tell us, guys, where are you from, of course? Interesting, always interesting, especially on the Good Place Bench. And what brought you to this conference? And you can choose who's going to go first.
Okay,
Here you go.
so my name is Sammila. I'm actually from Brazil,
Okay.
and I'm doing a project here in Morocco, more specifically in Casablanca. I study my PhD there in the Mohammed University of Health Sciences. And what brought me here is participating, and I'm studying urban green spaces and physical activity,
Okay.
and also participating in the Citizen Lab, and which has everything to do with urban health.
Sweet. Cool.
And my name is Celia. I come from León, which is a very small city in Spain, but I'm now living in Barcelona, and I work at the Barcelona Institute for Global Health. And I'm basically a research on participatory methodologies in urban health, and that's what connected us because we were implementing a project together, and I'm here to present some of this work. That is a lot of work.
A lot of work. Well, from all the urban health conversations I've been having, there is still a lot of work to be done in the world. On what kind of project did you both connect, and what's the theme that you've been working on?
So a couple of years ago, more or less, we started to build a space for collaboration for citizens to shape the research agenda on urban health. So basically the idea is to gather people from different backgrounds and experiences to build research projects. So we did this methodology. We had a couple of experiences in Barcelona that were quite nice. And so we had the opportunity to get in contact with them, with the University of Mohammed VI, and we shared the methodology with them, and they implemented here in Casablanca. It was really nice. But yes, basically working on that, I forgot the question you did.
So what's been the main theme?
The main theme, yeah, basically participatory methodologies on urban health. This is bringing people to research.
Bringing people to research.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and not just like asking them for information for us, but involving them in deciding which kind of research questions they want to address, which kind of topics they want to investigate, how they want to do the research, so tools, where, when, and then also analyzing the information and getting some conclusions about the impacts of the research.
Okay. And related to then research on urban health, what was the need from your work in Casablanca?
So Casablanca is actually a big city. It's the biggest city here in Morocco, and it has very little urban green spaces.
Okay.
And so we already know that physical activity is a need, but also urban green spaces are also a need. And we kind of embrace the idea of the Citizen Lab as well because so far as I know, there are not a lot of participatory approaches. And we were really excited to do it, to really understand the needs of the community and to study the needs of urban green spaces and how they can promote physical activity.
And with like community, you mean the citizens of Casablanca?
Yes, yes. And so we are doing a study now with doing surveys, observations in the parks, and seeing asking them like what characteristics in these spaces promote or encourage you to actually go and do physical activity there.
Okay. So it's lacking physical activity, as in people like physical activity, as in sports, or physical activity, as in mobility, or transport.
Anything, running, walking, all types of activities. We are also seeing things of issues of mobility.
Yeah.
And so first we are doing the research, the citizen science phase. And we will see what are the real issues, to see what are the problems, and then sorry, you're holding for me. And after we see the picture, the real picture of what is going on, with them, we want to involve them as well to think of solutions and social innovations. And we are actually already seeing a social innovation spring up from one of the participants, which is actually, she is a family doctor, and she wanted to motivate her patients to do physical activity. And because we have a lot of problems of diabetes, of physical inactivity in general, so she encouraged them to do a group in the park to do a physical activity. She found a coach for them, and so we want to scale that up, hopefully, as well.
Cool. So that's some of the. But how did the doctor? I mean, she was part of your research or connected to your program?
Yeah, in the beginning, we tried to follow the method to involve more people. Of course, in the beginning, since we're doing this in the university, there were more people participated related to the university. So students, professors, and also health professionals. And from the beginning, she was very interested in this topic because she wanted to help her patients as well do physical activity.
Is that where it starts? Like building that network of early adopters to reach out to do your research? Like within Casablanca, you built your network of doctors, people concerned about urban health. Are those the ones that you want to activate?
No, we don't want to activate everyone.
Yeah, but through them. Because
Yes.
they will advise again the citizens or their patients to be more active.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, since in our specific context, since we started in the University of Health Sciences, we had more people participating that were health-related professionals. But we want to include more people now from the community and get them to participate as well.
Okay. And the methodology, going back to the methodology, all the way from Barcelona, helped shape that first phase of the research as well. And there's multifaceted phases to follow up on.
So
Just to understand the methodology that they can use, or perhaps even other cities can use.
yeah, so basically it's a two-steps methodology. So the first step is research per se, in this case citizen science, and we like to call it extreme citizen science because we want citizens to be involved in every step of the research, let's say. So there are some examples of citizen science in which participants take data or they analyze the data, but we want them involved in all the phases. So for example, as I mentioned before, they can decide the research question, but then go and get the data, decide the tools, decide the mapping, everything, then analyzing the data, and this is our ideal model. The reality is that this is really complex, but we do our best. And then the second phase is social innovation. So based on this evidence they got, take action.
Right.
And then they can imagine solutions, ways of raising awareness about the topic they are investigating, sharing the results with other participants, with other people, other citizens. And so they create an idea, they design the idea, and they prototype it and implement it. And it's very nice to see how in different contexts, different ideas come. And it's really nice. We are doing now in Barcelona 2 different experiences. One with the general population in a neighborhood in the periphery of Barcelona, and another one with high school students. And very nice, very good experiences. Yeah.
Beautiful. I think that's always a bit of the challenge, I think, right? I mean, as well in these conversations we're having, days, people get very specific at certain things just to have a focus, right? Either it's youth, but urban health even is so broad. And then, yes, there's, moving and more sports and active mobility and so on. But it's hard to choose, which one do we focus on and take on first, and which group within the society, within the community, you're going to start off with, right? I mean, youth is quite a theme in this conference because it's very much the future, but also we need to start now to make sure that the cause and effect is not mental health related or physical health related. So how do you prioritize in Casablanca?
Well, in the end, I like this methodology because it kind of is flexible to what we find as needs. For example, this family doctor, she brought up the need of women because usually men go to the parks in Casablanca. In this culture, for example, men go more to the parks than women, and women like to have a space more private to exercise, or sometimes they have security issues. They don't feel that the space is safe enough. So she brought up this issue, and she wanted to motivate women. So we kind of go to the needs as they come up, and try to address them as we can.
And then you're touching probably like more like a cultural paradigm here.
Yes.
Even here, you notice the gender balance in public space. For example, you see more men than female. For example, I can imagine if you need to exercise, or it's quite something. How do you? I mean, that's also research, but is that also part of the research to see if people are open to that kind of cultural shift
Yeah, I guess.
when it comes to gender? I mean,
Yeah, I guess that's the thing about the research. We are observing in the parks and seeing what is happening, but it's interesting to see that in some parks, well, initially that's what we are observing, that some parks that they feel safer, they go more. So this we want to see, and the idea is to so this characteristic of this park makes it safer, or
Right.
encourages more women to do this physical activity.
yeah.
So in
Because
the
you
end,
need to redesign the public
exactly,
space.
exactly. So I don't know if I answered your question.
No, yeah.
And also, it's interesting to see that maybe the perceptions of women in Casablanca are different from the perceptions from women in Barcelona, and some others are common. So it's also nice to see that, because I remember when we first went to the first workshop that we did together, one thing that came really to the discussion was security in green spaces, no? And it was something security. And this was something that didn't came out in Barcelona. No, it was more focused on air quality, noise maybe of public spaces, but security was one thing that didn't appear in the conversation. So difference between cities and
I mean, one of my eye openers this year about public space is that a lot of people say it's been designed for men, or by men for men. So I think that's talking about cause and effect. That is also a result that leads up to these kind of questions that will arise within your research probably as well, right? Yeah.
Can I add something?
Yeah, sure. Hey, it's your interview. Take
No,
it away.
I just remembered one of this same family doctor. There is a space in front of her health center. There was a open space. How do you call it when they don't use the space? A vacant.
Vacant?
A vacant
Some
spot.
people call it leftover space.
Yeah, and she is now seeing with the mayor and with political actors there if she can aggregate the space to her center, and they will do a small. It's small, but it's a place where women can exercise and have it kind of closed with greens or something like
Like a
not a
pocket
wall.
park.
Yes, exactly.
Pocket Park Gym.
Yes, and it's more focused to women, so they can have it somewhere that is close to their house. Proximity was also something they mentioned, and somewhere that they feel safe to exercise. So it's something that came up that we didn't expect from the project.
Yeah, very cool. Related, of course, as you know, like at the end of every interview, the good place question pops up. But I really would love to link this also to if we could dream. Like, I know research is very much based on data, but let us also dream for a second. You in relation to Casablanca, perhaps you in Barcelona. What is that good place? In Casablanca, let's start off with Casablanca, that you envision, that you hope it will become?
Well, I guess our dream ideally would be to have more green spaces. And maybe this project can encourage decision makers to create more green spaces. The parks that we have, most of them are well maintained, they're pretty, but they're not enough. and especially they are more centralized. They are not in the where people are really needed, you know. So yeah, I guess that's our dream.
Because it really adds to things like security,
Exactly.
climate resilience, and so on. Yeah.
So I think we have the same dream.
More green in Barcelona.
Yeah, well, healthier cities. That at the end is less space for cars, more space for green, less playful cities, more playful cities, more space for interaction with other people, less noise in general, bad noise. Yes, so we more or less have the same dream, I would say.
Lots to do. And what I really value about most of these conversations, that I feel that it's not just a project. It's sometimes it feels like a life's work. Like you dedicate your time to research, but maybe you're also dedicating your life to that kind of cause. And once you've gone through it, you cannot go back and keep on, keep on pursuing that kind of mission. Is that something you guys share? Like, you feel that that what you do is something that you want to do for a long, long time?
Wow, that's a hard question.
Yeah. You want to-
We're not here for easy questions.
Philosophical one at least.
Sure, that's what the Good Place Bench is about.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, as a public health worker in the field of public health, our goal is to help people live better lives. And this is totally, that is why I initially actually love the project, because it actually works with the people. You know, it's something you can see some action. And yes, I would love to do more citizen labs in the future. And actually, my goal, I want to do something more practical. I think all the youth, and not only the youth, but we want to see things happening, you know, practical things that we can be
Proof is
part
in the
of.
pudding.
Yes. So yeah, I hope in the future I can work more with that.
So my idea for the future is to keep working on not only in citizen science, but also other methodologies that can make science more democratic. This would be my future, ideal future, I would say.
Thank you both for your time. I hope you enjoyed this little chat on the Good Place Bench. And we'll definitely drop all the information and projects below so people can actually, whatever, if it's already visible, can see and follow. Everybody watching, thank you so much for all the attention, watching all the interviews as part of this beautiful conference. I think I've made also friends all around the world. I feel that I've been around the world numerous times. So yeah, I'm grateful for that. And I'm happy that I could finish it off with you two.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks for watching. See you next time.